welcome back to another Ruffa Sports Cards video. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over the Dallas Card Show theft saga. I'm not going to be particularly talking about what exactly happened. There is plenty of videos on YouTube about that already if you need to go and watch one. This is just going to be more or less me telling how to protect yourself in the hobby and to actually be more aware of your surroundings and to make sure that you're not being taken advantage of. First off, I'm going to say if you were card show hosts, is to start IDing people and having photo verification. So I was thinking about this also when I came up with the idea is why don't they do ID required and photo verification? So at the door, they take a photo of somebody, make sure they have their ID, a valid ID, letting them in after they showed ID, valid ID, and all that. I feel like eventually we are going to have to do that. And I'm surprised we haven't already have had to do that. Just because then we actually know who all is, in attendance at the card show and all that. But it's probably going to go that way eventually, especially for the three major card shows, obviously being the National here up in 2 weeks' time, the Dallas Card Show, which is where that one occurrence has happened, and then the Burbank Card Show. I think all three of those will eventually have to start doing that for sure. But I realized what might be, might be a potential thing that I want to consider when doing that is so you don't just get the ticket yourself online. Obviously, you can pre-book the ticket, but at the door, use the ticket and the, take a ticket and then, have someone take a photo with that ticket, or when they're about to get in, which obviously will add a lot of time to get into card shows, but it's probably going to have to be a thing. You would sure hope or think that someone will figure out a way. It might even be an idea for an insurance company to do that, which also brings me into another big thing, is to get your collection insured. Insurance is the way, it's the best way to protect yourself is insurance. And also, it's not just insurance too, right? You need proof that the things have happened. So if you get insurance, don't just get insurance. Make sure you ask your insurance provider that you are protected and that what their requirements are for evidence in your situation. So one of them, I know it says that they need a police report filed. So be prepared to file a police report. And also I would recommend cameras if you don't have any, especially at your own home. Obviously, most people do. I'd say probably at least, good majority of people have cameras at their own home, but it is something to recommend for sure. It's one of those things that some people don't think about, but it's definitely something you're going to need, even if you just have insurance. It's not going to be enough in most cases, or some cases, should I say, but always check with your insurance provider the total evidence you would need in order to make a claim and to be covered also. And then, so there's just a lot of certain things to make sure that when you are, don't overwhelm yourself. Like if you're ever at a trade night or if you're ever at a card show, don't have more than one person ever be looking through your items. There's never really a reason for more than one person to be looking through your cards. It just adds another way for someone to distract you is the entire thing. Obviously, sometimes you can tell good people apart, but you can never really know deep down who and who isn't going to be out to get you. It's just the sad reality we live in. So always, always, always take extra steps and precautions to protect yourself. Literally, if you ever think that you're worrying too much, worry more. Something that I always say my mom worries too much, but I understand why she worries too much. It's just one of those things that You might think you're worrying too much, but you should always worry a little more. We're all collecting stuff that people think might be more valuable than they are, right? Sometimes people just don't understand that some cards aren't worth anything. Sometimes people think a card might be worth a lot more than it actually is. So, one, I would say to accurately, maybe accurately reflect your prices on your cards also could be a potential good idea. It's not the number one thing, but if it's a $1 card, don't put $1,000 sticker on it. There's just no way that you're actually going to sell that card, and you're just putting a target that doesn't need to be on your, because you're putting a $1 card out there and you're saying, hey, it's $1,000, look at me, when it's totally not. And now you're just, maybe if you're trying to throw a decoy out in your collection, but even then it's like it could be a valid strat, but maybe not out on the showcase floor potentially. Who knows? The number one biggest thing I would say is to actually go and get a post office box. And if you haven't already gotten a post office box, get a post office box and ship and get your items delivered to that as much as humanly possible. Do not be giving out your address to anyone at this day and age. It is just not worth it. As much as the convenience is nice, you can just walk to your mailbox and get the item you've ordered. It just, the convenience isn't worth the risk. You're as much as it's nice to be able to just walk a little bit away, taking the drive and going to actually, the post office isn't as bad as worrying at night if someone, who has your address because you purchased something is gonna do an elaborate scheme on you. Obviously, not many, if any, people will ever do that, but that could be something I see in the future happening. The next thing is to always make sure you're firmly grasping your collection. Whether it's, if you're showing someone at a card show and they're looking through, like a dealer, and then, if you're trying to sell your cards to anyone, make sure, you're looking at them and make sure you have your hand, make sure your case is closed, make sure it's not able to just sneakily take anything away from the case or the box that you might have it in. Just make sure that you make it as difficult as possible for anyone to potentially grab anything from you. So firmly grasping it, make sure you have your hand on it, make sure you're holding your backpack straps, and maybe even consider filming at the card shows. Technically, that's probably what I'm going to do always now, is just make sure I'm always recording. Obviously, it kind of, puts more eyes on you, obviously, because you're obviously recording. But one, it protects you so that if you ever do a deal and you purchase from anyone, then you have video proof that you never stole anything from anyone because you have done a deal. It's kind of like the entire, point of card shows is you sell items, you buy items. So if you're buying items and someone ever has seller's remorse or buyer's remorse, then you at least have proof that it's nothing you did that, impacted their decision on selling or buying your cards. Just an idea there, not, necessarily the end all be all, obviously. But also, if you are ever staying in a hotel, make sure that you take extra precautions. So that means make sure no one's on the same floor as you and, waiting for you to open your door and punch in, hit the key to the scanner, or, if there's a code, and make sure make sure you're not just like opening the door freely, willy-nilly, someone's walking by you, so then they can just, you know, run to the door and push you in, push you against the wall. And, you know, certain aspects, you know, that you might not think of, but certainly certain people do think of those things all the time. And just if there is like a windy pass and all that to get to your hotel room, just always walk further than you need to, just to like make sure, like, so like if you have like a left and then a right and then a left and you're at your hotel door room, maybe instead of just doing those 3 left, right, left, you know, go maybe a little bit further and go right, left, right, and then see if anyone starts, you know, showing themselves after that. The extra steps you've done to, you know, to persuade people or to have imposters show themselves of wrongdoing. And then obviously then you can go back to your actual hotel room. But, you know, certain things like that some people don't think of, but certainly could help you out. And also, if you're doing that too, there might be more cameras in those, you know, hallways and all that, so you might be able to get more camera footage of somebody. But yeah, always protect yourself, take extra precautions, and make sure you watch out for people being dumb. And I hope that the cards come up very soon for the respective owners. And please comment down below what your thoughts are on the entire situation, and subscribe if you haven't, because it helps me out a lot, and I appreciate every single one of you. And I hope you have a good one. Take it easy. Thank you for watching. Swab case X. Oh, they do have one.
Looks like you need one.
I do.
Look at this.
I was gonna. I've been wanting to get one online, but
I mean, it's right in front of you, brother.
I know. I might have to at the end of it. I brought like 3 of the 3 rows, and then, or no, 2 of the 3 rows, and then 3 of the 2 rows.
Okay. Look at it as an investment.
Yeah.
Now you're protecting your assets.
Do you work for the? No.
What's up?
Do you work for them?
No.
No, you should. You gotta get this man a job.
No,
You know?
tell him.
You gotta get this man a job. He's trying to sell me. Yeah.
This dude's just standing there. No, he's a good guy.
No, yeah. I was just joking with you. How do you guys do like any like? I know you guys do sponsorships, but how like big do you have to be, or like what's your guys' like? No, yeah.
I don't really know.
Yeah, you're all good. I figured I'd see. I might come back by and see, you know. Have a good one.